Shalom, Akim. My name's Call Y'all. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule Great Millstone Wow. And shalom to all you Akim pushing this truth with sincerity throughout this whole earth. May you brothers endure unto the end. I was going to make this lesson about don't be afraid that all you brothers are not the same. You don't teach the same way. You all have different qualities, is what they are, that you bring to this camp, to each camp that you have, which makes the body. All right? Just like a body, the arm has a different glory than the fingers. The fingers have a different glory than the toes. The toes have a different glory than your legs, so on and so forth. And the beauty is actually in the difference of the brothers' qualities, all their different qualities mingling together for the sake of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That's the whole work of the body. The body is to do what the spirit tells it, right? That's what we're trying to be and become, is spiritual men, where the spirit rules the flesh. All right, while the spirit, being Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, needs to rule the body. But if you're constantly going off of your own emotional understanding and how you feel things should go, that is when you start to step on the toes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, right? Because there's a purpose why things happen the way they do. That brothers that you meet, most of the time, the brothers that you meet in your camp, you would not have met in a normal state, like in a normal, just trying to live an American life, just 9 to 5, just going about your business, whatever, not really giving a shit about what's going on. You would never meet most of the brothers that you meet in the camp. So, I'm going to start with 1 Corinthians 14, 7, 6, 14. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 6. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? So that's like those Christians that's talking about the Christians that when they're in the Christian churches, they're like, but they do all kinds of foolishness, with their mouth and shit. They think that it's jibber jabber is what the apostles were speaking, which it wasn't. In the book of Acts, it clearly explains that it was a different languages that the apostles did not know, just right off of their own efforts. So then the Holy Ghost came in upon them, the Comforter, and gave them that understanding. But he's saying, what shall I profit you if I come to you talking like a jibber jabber? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation. By revelation. Okay, I wanted to break these words down one by one so that we could get a clear understanding, but I'm going to read them out first. Except I shall speak to you either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by doctrine. Okay? He's saying, what shall I profit you unless I come speaking by these matters, okay? By these ways. Revelation. This is a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. This is very helpful for understanding and breaking. I mean, it's not the only resource. There's a lot of resources that help you understand these scriptures, but this is a good one. And Zondervan is the people that publish the Bible. They're not the only people that do. Because like here you got Nelson's Bible Dictionary. And they have, like, that one is more with the heritage, the bloodline, the people, okay? But it's always good to have a lot of resources to go with. It says here in Revelation, which is on page 500 of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The doctrine of powers, or I'll read it verbatim. so everybody can understand what I'm saying. This is Revelation definition. The doctrine of God's making himself and relevant truths known to men. Revelation is of two kinds, general and special. General revelation is available to all men and is communicated through nature. So everybody knows that there's a higher power because the nature that you deal with, the reality we're living in. Okay? If you can't see that, you're a damn fool. But the just the function of reality that we deal with, like nature, like birds and animals and trees and grass, just the reality that we exist in, should be enough evidence that there's a higher power than yourself. General revelation is available to all men and is communicated through nature, conscience, and history. And that's another thing, conscience. Because they like the evolution bullshit, they try to say that an animal evolved. But how does something like nature guide its path to even where we're able to select thoughts? Right? Like we could select some information we could absorb and hold, and some information we can't. You know what I'm saying? These are things that actually destroy that evolution. Okay? Because that's a big lie. That's a damn lie. And the reason they would make up that lie is because they know the truth and they're trying to guide you from the truth. Once you learn the truth, you realize who are the children of Israel. First and most important, actually, you actually learn the truth about who Yahawashi is. But then you learn who you are. And if you're an Israelite, you got the kingdom coming right here on this earth once it's destroyed and renewed. But also Esau, like Zondervan and all them, they also put this out. Why? Because the Lord, if you ever remember that movie, 2012, I believe it was, and there was a volcano erupting, and they had that white boy in the RV, and he was at the volcano site, and he had his own radio station. He was pushing out information about there was about to be a volcano eruption that's going to destroy most of America. Well, when the volcano and earthquakes and all this is going on, that guy says on the radio, his last words were, "You heard it first from Charlie." Charlie goes back to a name that they gave to the Vietnamese, also used in war combat when you were talking about an enemy. Okay, even if you look up in some definitions, you can find that it declares that Charlie it means an enemy or a rivalry. But they've been telling us before we were allowed to read these Bibles, before that the Spirit was working with us in that way. You're watching movies that are giving you truth. Why? Because Yahawashi has them doing that. Even though they're the wicked and they're doing all this ugliness and they're the people of the dark and the evil, Yahawashi still has them. He's using them like left-hand prophets, really, what they are. Because they're wicked as hell, but they're still speaking some truths out of the scriptures. And that's only through the will and great understanding of Yahawashi. Okay? So, I'm going to read this again. This is 1 Corinthians 14:6. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, meaning just jibber jabber, I guess you would call it, what shall I profit you? I mean, what will you gain from it? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation. We just got it out of the dictionary, compact dictionary, Bible dictionary. Revelation means an understanding of the higher being, right? Yahawashi. Okay, and there's two kinds. There's either which is a normal understanding, which is just in this existence that we are in, that there's a higher power, just through the way of nature and the existence that we have. But then there's a higher understanding, which is for a smaller elect men. Okay? Then, so that's revelation, an understanding of the Most High. Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. Or by knowledge. Okay? Now let's get that knowledge. Okay. Let's go to Ephesians 1 and 17. Ephesians 1 and 17. It says that the power of our King Yahawashi HaMashiach, the Father of glory, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of Him. Okay? So he's saying, I'll read that again. I'm also pulling up some with the blue letter to get some more information on that for us too. Okay? This is Ephesians chapter 1, verse 17. That the power of our King Yahawashi HaMashiach, the Father of glory. Who is the power of Yahawashi? Yahweh. He's the power of Israel. He's the power that raised Yahawashi from the dead. He's the power that allowed Yahawashi to walk on water. The Father, Abba, of glory, of beauty, may give unto you, so the same power that gave Yahawashi the power to rise from the dead, may He give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation, so may you be part of that small elect, in the knowledge of knowing Him. Okay? There we go. Let's get Here we go. It has a lot of meanings. It means understanding, wisdom, knowledge, meaning, perfectly understanding. Okay. Let's see what word is there in that spot. That is 1 Corinthians. This is what's good about this blue letter Bible too, is because you could actually pull up the Hebrew words specifically in that. And then once you're able to do that, you could actually find out what exactly word are they using there. Let's see, knowledge. So here it says that word is
Strong's G 1108. Gnosis. Gnosis.
Gnosis. Meaning it was the outline of biblical usage. Knowledge signifies in general intelligence, understanding, the general knowledge of Christian religion, which obviously there ain't no Christian religion in the Bible. That's through that Christianity garbage. The deeper, because there is no religion in the scriptures. These are only laws and commandments and statutes only for a certain select group of people. 12 tribes of Israel, which today are under the bywords of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The deeper, more perfect, and enlarged knowledge of his religion, such as belongs to the more advanced. Okay, so more knowledge, just like here in if you go and get a worldly knowledge in these colleges, and you got the right race upon you, in this side to be like a Caucasian or another heathen, where you're allowed to advance in this side, the knowledge gives you a higher rank. Okay, so the knowledge advances you in place. So now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation, which means understanding, or by knowledge, which also means another way, a form of knowing or understanding, or by prophesying. Okay, prophesying. Let's get that one. Let's get 14:22. 1 Corinthians 14:22. Wherefore, tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. So people that want to see that jibber jabber and all this vain carnalism, which jibber jabber is, it's vain. It's like he says, what shall it profit you? But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. See? So prophesying is for them that believe. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 6. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you, except I shall speak to you either by revelation or by knowledge? So revelation, understanding of Yahawashi, knowledge of what? These scripts. Okay? Or by prophesying. What is prophecy? Okay? So prophecy is for those that believe. It's not for the unbeliever. Okay? The unbeliever is the one that needs to see, what would you call it? They're the ones that want to see miracles and tricks and all this garbage. Okay? Prophecy is already for them that believe. Why? Because they're already in the scriptures. That's a truth. That is a truth that you cannot get around. If you think you're an elect, you are already pushing this. Okay? And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to misguide or deceive anybody. Okay? Because when you're in this truth, you were already digging for truth and knowledge and understanding. Okay? You want the pure truth and you're willing to accept it like a grain of salt, okay? Because there's some people that are out there that are searching the same truth that are trying to destroy and to deny and to misguide and to literally deceive people into believing that everybody's saved. No, that is not true. The salvation is only for the children of Israel, 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each tribe, and then 1/3 of Israel under those elect men. Okay, the rest are going to perish. And there's a whole group of people that are funding, like the Christian churches. Christian churches are lies. They're filled with lies. They're emotional, which the heart is deceitful. Above all things, who can know it? They're robbing. They're stealing from the Most High. People are donating that money thinking that they're giving to Yahawashi, or to, they call him God, but there's only one power. And he's the power of Israel. And that's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So, speaking in tongues is not worth anything. Okay? That jibber jabber. Okay? Revelation, understanding, and being able to teach that understanding. And knowledge. Okay? Let's get that, or by prophesying. So in that verse, 1 Corinthians 14, verse 6, that word prophesying is
Strong's G 4394. Prophetia. Prophetia.
Prophetia. And I'm sure they're saying it wrong in pronunciation, because Esau does everything wrong. But this is the definitions that they give here: is prediction, prophecy, prophesying. So the prediction, okay? And what is the prediction? This is the prediction of the end times, right? Like the New Testament. The New Testament, what that word New Testament means is the final will. This is the final will of the inheritance of the kingdom. Okay? Okay? So let's read that again. Now, brethren, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 6. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation or by knowledge. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 17. That the power of our Lord, of our King, Yahawashi HaMashiach, the Father of glory, which is Yahweh, may give unto you the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of him, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14, verse 22. Wherefore, tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. Okay? So prophesying is for the believer. All right? Prophesying is prediction. Okay? What is the prediction? The destruction of World War III, the chip of the mark of the beast coming out and being pushed on everybody to be actually implanted in under the skin. The famine, pestilence, pretty much all the plagues that come with this end time. And then the chariots, we prophesy the end times of all aspects of that. The whole truth, the kingdom. And that's through the Spirit. I just got that. Let me grab that. Matthew 24. Right here. It says, Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. You see? And that's prophecy. Prophesying. What did the prophets of the ancient times do? Okay? And see, that's what people don't understand. Or if they do understand, that's how wicked they are, that they buck up against the word, because we're not using our own words here. Word definition right here. We're breaking these words down to the original writings. We're reading these words right out of the Bible that so many people claim to believe, but once the truth comes out, they want to buck up against it. You know what I'm saying? These people these scholars break these words down. These are your scholars that are telling you this. You know? So then, prophesying means to predict. Okay? Let's get this last word, which says, or by doctrine. Okay? The word doctrine, because remember, the New Testament was written in Greek. The Old Testament and the prophets were written in Hebrew.
Strong's G 1322. Didache. Didache.
Didache. Okay? It means to instruction, the act or the matter, doctrine, have been taught. Teaching, that which is taught. Doctrine, teaching, concerning something. The act of teaching, instruction. Okay? So then right here, let's read this verse again. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 6. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation. And revelation is where you're able to break these words down to where you, the person that is listening, is able to understand a new understanding. Okay, including me. Because when I do these sit downs, I'm doing all this research myself and I get a better understanding. And in fact, sometimes I even watch the videos I put and it's like I'm not even teaching nobody else. It's for me. All right? Just like that movie, and that's a biblical movie too, which is what the heck is that movie called? So with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's oh shoot, he pulls that chip out of his nose. What is that movie? Oh, I can't remember it. Let me pause it. So, look, brothers, I just had to look it up real quick. It's Total Recall. Total Recall, where he has a laptop and he opens it up, and it's a movie done in the 80s and 90s, and it's trying to like portray the future, so it's trying to look high tech, but in those times. But he opens the computer and it's himself talking to him, and then he has this chip in his head that he has to pull out. The man tells him, his own self tells him, get these things, pull it out of you. Because they're tracking you, and it was a chip, and it comes out of his nose. It's like, boo, 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 you know. So that's what I'm saying. There's different levels of revelation. Like the elders, they get a greater revelations. They get greater and newer revelations all the time. Okay, and I'm not saying that they're trying to change the laws and all that. What I'm saying is a deeper understanding of the personalities of Yahweh. Yahawashi. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you? Except I shall speak to you either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by doctrine, and even things without life giving sound. Okay, giving sound. Like a trumpet, okay, to a piano, to a saxophone, whether pipe or harp. Pipe is a trumpet, a flute, different things like that, and a harp. A harp is a stringed instrument. Except they give a distinction in the sounds. How shall it be known what is piped or harped? Okay, so then if you don't, unless you know how to play the music, it's going to sound like just all bunch of craziness. You know what I'm saying? But when we're out there, we're playing a song. We're playing a song for honestly the sake of Yahawashi, because He's called us to do this song in a camp. And that's what I'm getting back to, brothers, is the camp. I hope I didn't go too far off to where I lost some of you, brothers. But what it's all about is for us not to edify ourselves, but to edify others. And we will be edified as we edify others. You see what I'm saying? When we get understanding, we ain't getting this understanding just for our own glory. We're to share it and spread it. And that's part of being in a camp. All right? And brothers ain't all going to be, we're not supposed to be like any of these other camps where they're all one, like it's a IUIC, all the same clothing. They all, they're all acting the damn same. It's like Stafford wives, or like a robot setup, or even like these other camps, the ISUPK and them, they are like, what would you call it? Like assembly lined Israelites. That's what they are, assembly lined Israelites. We got next, same shit, assembly lined Israelites. See, and that's another reason why GMS, Great Millstone, has the truth, because if nature, okay, revelation is an understanding of a higher power through the nature that is around us in this existence. Well, nature tells us that Yahweh Hashem Yahshai loves of diversity. He didn't just make one bird with one color. There ain't just one black crow or one red cardinal or one blue jay. There's different kinds, different sizes, different colors, different. He didn't just make one kind of bird. He made a bunch of birds. He didn't make just one kind of fish. He made a bunch of different fish with different colors, and they all play their part in this ecosystem. What about trees? They're all different. They all have a different purpose. And even in this society that is so badly destroyed and corrupted that trees don't even produce fruit no more like they should. Honestly, there was trees for food, there was trees for medicine, there was trees for in the original state that it should be in. But now that it's being ruled under this devil or devils, because all these heathens, including the 2/3 that choose to be a heathen, they destroy this function of this ecosystem just as in the way as the devil does. And we're supposed to be learning off of this. You should be able to be in your reality and learn from it. But we can't even do that no more. You can't just watch an animal and realize, look, there's multiple kinds of birds. They're not all the same color. They're not even the same spirit in the same. It's not like one spirit in all the birds. They all have little different spirits. You can sense that off the dogs. I used to breed dogs, and every dog is different. Every color of a dog is different. Every personality of a dog. One dog might be real wild and full of energy. The other one might be lazy and just likes to lay around the house. One might be real aggressive. One might be real passive, almost like a dopey looking dog, And seeing that, just like an orchestra, okay? An orchestra, you don't just have one, one instrument. No, you have more. You have much. Even when they try to do these acapella, or I forgot what they call them. Solo parts, like with just the guitar, ding, 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 ding. Well, their voice is another instrument, and they're singing, and you need those two to literally come together, but not in equalness. Some are to be louder at sometimes, some are to be quieter sometimes, some are to be together at the same time. There's different parts, just like an instrument. Okay. Different sounds at different times. Okay? But it's not just, how boring is the music? Come on. Nature's not even like that. That's freaking weak and simp and sad and sick, if you think that's the way it is. That's how, that's why in diversity comes the beauty of it. That's what makes it beautiful, like music. The better the music is, the multiple sounds mixing together, complementing each other. Okay? And even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harped? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself for him? Who? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? Because why? What was the trumpet used for at certain times too? In the Israelites, we would use it to call for certain tribes. There were certain calls. There was different, like with the shofar. There's just like this. I got one. Lord willing, I can play it right. You can make different sounds. They had different calls to call the tribes together, to call them for war, to warn them that they were, in danger. Okay? They even had a call for when people went to work outside the walls. And before it got dark, they'd call them in to shut the gates so they could protect their city. Okay? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So what good is it that if we're out there saying, Jesus loves you, Jesus loves you, it's all right, he forgives you. We're playing a sound that people, it's not going to get them ready for battle. A time of peace is not coming right now. It's a time of war. There's about to be death everywhere around us. We're not out here playing a song of tranquility. We're not out here trying to get people to say, oh man, you know what? Kick your feet up. Donald Trump is in office. Well, soon to be. Oh, you're going to have a white president that cares about America and making it great again. Why? That's a lie. What is it going to do to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of Israel? This is Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble. That's what this is. So what sound should we be out there playing? Seduction, playing music to where, oh man, go out there, have all the women you want and make all the babies you want, because you know what? You got a future here. A future, a great, wonderful future in America. No, we're telling you the Bible prophesies it. The way that it's going to go down is exactly what's happening. We're leading up to a nuclear war. But before that nuclear war, there's going to be mass genocide, homicide, rape, murder, cannibalism. Everything you could imagine is going to happen before all that nuclear fire. So what horn should we be playing? What sound should we be making? And what we're doing is we're calling out to the children of Israel to gather themselves, the elect. Honestly, if you ain't elect, it really don't matter what you do. You're going to perish with the heathens because you're a 2/3. Let's get Ezekiel 33. Okay. Ezekiel 33, verse 3 to 11. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. See, we're out here as watchmen blowing a sound to get your attention and to warn you that Jacob's trouble is here. It's upon you. Soon the chip will be pressed on you. You're either going to be in a FEMA camp getting your head chopped off, or you're going to be out starving, trying to live as best you can under martial law. They're going to start raping and robbing and murdering and lynching. And we're warning you. We're blowing the shofar. We are the shofar of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. I mean, if you're playing the wrong tune, you think it's time to really get like IUIC. They are playing the wrong song. They're talking about making a kingdom here in this kingdom. This ain't their kingdom. They're talking about having Israelite schools, Israelite-owned stores. We are at the verge of thermonuclear fire war. I mean, this place is about to burn, hotter than the sun. And they're talking about building. There is no more time to build nothing. This This place is over. It is done. It's finished. America's finished. This world's finished. But now we're supposed to get ready because we're about to see some hell. Some real hell on earth. But his blood will I require at that watchman's hand. So all these people that are playing it down, dumbing it down, afraid to offend someone, yeah, there's rape in the Bible. And guess what? They're going to, when they come and rape you and eat you, there ain't nobody going to come to save you because we already warned you. We've been warning you and warning you and warning you. But you won't receive that knowledge. You won't ask for the understanding of the severity of this, of the warnings that you are hearing. And we warn everyone. We warn Israel, repent, for the kingdom is at hand. And we also prepare Esau and all these other heathens for their destruction and their 1,000 years of slavery. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. We're there for the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. And we're not telling you these out of our own, like you go to these little freaking prophecy pages on YouTube and shit, or these little Christian channels, or you go to the churches, and they give you their own understanding. This is biblical. We broke down words. We dug up the Greek. You know? It's not from us. It's from Yahawashi. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. And I ain't having that blood on my hand. I probably already have it because there's times I'm sure I didn't. I was like Jonah. And what happened to Jonah? Jonah got put in hell for 3 days. He got put in that belly of that fish. And yes, that is possible. It has happened recently, right? But in the Philippines, there was an old fisherman that was swallowed. How did he live? He ate the heart and the liver of the fish. The fish breathes air. It has an air hole. You know, some of these people, it's not that they don't even lack faith, really. They lack in the understanding to even receive the knowledge, to even look for something. You know, but instead they'll go to these Christian churches and just be the profane, defiled person that they could be. And say that the creator of everything made these laws, and then his son came, kicked the laws out of place and said, look, you're free. That's not even in reality. If I was to adopt children, my son laws would be just passed down to those children. The chores and the discipline that my son would suffer, my own flesh and blood, those adopted children would. Well, what you don't understand, the adopted are the children of Israel also. He only came for his people. So that's like, say I adopted my own brother's son. May he died, my brother. I took my son, my nephew in, and he grew up with my son and me. Well, I wouldn't have two different laws for him. The laws that were first set in place would be the laws that would be on my son, my adopted son, which would have been my nephew. Now, what Yahawashi did is he took that beating for us, but he's giving you a time of grace. Because if not, he's coming in to smash your head in like grapes. Blood is going to flow in America like rivers. There's going to be 50 dudes raping a chick right in the front yard. What are you going to do? You know, if you think you're going to be a superhero with a gun and shit, do you know how fast you're going to run out of bullets? Do you know how unreliable bullets are? Do you know how heavy it is to carry that shit everywhere? You're not going to be a superhero. You're not going to be Rambo out there. This is going to be judgment on you. And women and wine is what's going to be the next commodity. That's going to be the money, is the women and the wine. And men are going to be killed and beat to death and probably raped too. They will be raped too. Not probably, they will. Because that's what they did before in the slave trade. When they conquered a people, a lot of times these faggots, these Edomites, Hamites, Ishmaelites, they would rape the boys. They still do it. They still do it. What are the Americans doing to the men in Guantanamo Bay? Look it up on the stories in Iraq and Afghanistan and all that. Those military, American military, they would go in there in the middle of the night and rape those boys. Rape the women. Cannibalism is going to set in. So we're warning you. We don't want your blood on our hands. All right? And we got to be calling out the right call. We can't be playing no little fucking vain tune, you know? We need to be loud. We need to be rude in speech. You're a dying generation. You're dead walking. We're trying to revive the dead. And we're supposed to do it in a monotone voice. Hello? Yes, excuse me. Excuse me. No. It says to lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Salakia. And I can do it louder. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to give you an example. The trumpet is not a quiet toy. I'm sure if I did it loud enough, people in their other house would hear me from around, my neighbors. A trumpet and a harp have one's for romance and one's for war calls. What instrument are you? What is your camp? Is your camp harps? Huh? Trying to make people comfortable? Huh? Let them not be afraid of Yahawashi, because that blood of those people that you do not warn in the right sound, you're going to answer for. Their blood is going to be required from your ass, from your hands. Meaning, he's going to punish you. He's going to punish you for them that you warned without the right sound. And the right sound is the understanding, revelation, prophecy, and doctrine. You know? That's another thing. You're not supposed to be adding to these laws. You're not supposed to be taken away from the laws. It does not matter about how you feel about anything. You're supposed to be given this 100%. 100%. 100%. You know? Who cares how you feel about something? You don't like that the rape is in the doctrine? That's your bad. Too bad for you, sucker. That's in there. You don't like slavery's in the Bible? Too bad for you, sucker. You ain't gonna tell God nothing. Yahweh, Salakia about saying that word God. I'm trying to get away from that. You ain't gonna tell Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, nothing. Nothing. He says you can't even stand before the Leviathan. How dare you think you're gonna stand before him? And Yahawashi first comes, then after the 1,000 years of slavery, Yahweh comes. He's coming too. Let's keep going. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou shalt deliver thy soul. Therefore, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. See, he's not talking to everybody. Christianity is a lie. Soft, feminine men are an abomination. Yahawashi is explained as an austere man. An austere man. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live? Say unto them, as I live, say, the king power I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but the wicked turn from his ways and live. Turn ye from your evil ways. For why will ye die, O house of Israel? Once again, it's only to the house of Israel. And he's saying to you that are being wicked, you two-third coons, spicks, and tontos, you sell-out motherfuckers, you feminine motherfuckers, you whores, okay? This is to the women too. You whores, you sluts, you Uncle Toms, you gangbanging motherfuckers. You better turn from your ways. Turn and come back. If you're a person of Israel, which is so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, indigenous descent from your father's lineage, you need to repent. If not, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahawashi is coming for your blood. And he wants your blood. And he's going to spill your blood on the earth. Women, you're the same. But he's going to do it in many, many different forms. Many different ways. And, I would advise you to watch nature. He says he's the Lion of Judah. Yahawashi is the Lion of Judah. Look how a lion behaves in the wild. It's a brutal existence. They fight. A lion has many scars, many battles. But if you don't have an understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh, Yahawashi, you're a walking dead man. You're already dead. And brothers that are out there in the camps, don't be afraid of the different qualities of brothers. Embrace that. Just like the louder it would be if all these men had horns. You can see there's actually other ones. You can look it up on YouTube. They could play many tunes out of a shofar. But we need not to change the doctrine. We need not to change the doctrine. Don't add your emotions. Stay to the laws. Just like the prophets did. But like when John the Baptist spoke, he spoke what Isaiah spoke. Yahawashi, when he spoke, didn't he say, isn't it written? Stay to the scriptures. Who cares what your feelings say? Who cares what other people's opinions say? Stay to the scriptures. Get deep in the etymology. Word definition. Dig deep in these words. But with that, I hope that's all edifying. For the sake of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi. And shalom to all you Akim.